Villa, forefathers of the English game against the Villa de Bilbao, the town of Bilbao and that most English of Spanish clubs. Good evening from the San Mamés Stadium, so revered as a living symbol to the Basque people, it's known as the Cathedral. Athletic Bilbao keeping their famous Roca red and white through 67 years of continuous top-flight football. They've never been relegated, even though they maintain that Basque-only player embargo. No golden boy Julen Guerrero in this side after a cartilage operation. 6'3" stopper Roberto Rios cost $8 million in the summer, and like Rafael Alcorta should make the World Cup squad. Tiganda, wearing 9, scored in both legs against Newcastle 3 seasons ago. And Javier Gonzalez, very dangerous on the left, has scored in their last 3 games, including the 1-1 draw with Deportivo on Saturday. That left Bilbao 11th. Their first round success over Sampdoria demands respect. They'll come at Villa like a storm, and they've never lost a UEFA Cup game here in 24 ties, Joe.
Hi, Jonathan. We expect Atletico to play 5-3-2, the same system as Villa. And probably the 2 players, as you say, we've got to look out for would be 31-year-old Tiganda, who's been prolific over the years, but not this season to date with only 1 goal. And Gonzalez, who's a very, very clever player, plays in behind the front 2, scores goals and makes goals. Aston
Villa have never won a European tie in Spain. They've never won a UEFA Cup away first leg. The return of Stan Collymore gives more attacking options. One of 5 changes. Fernando Nelson and Alan Wright return at wing-back. Brian Little thinks they're his best defensively. Steve Staunton moves inside as one of the 3 centre-backs. Hugo Ekiog dropped to the bench for the first time. Joe.
Very brave selection by Villa, very progressive. York in midfield, a forward. Draper, who gets forward. Maybe Taylor will sit a bit tonight, Jonathan. And a big surprise at the back with Hugo Ekiog omitted.
The referee is Hartmut Stramper from Germany. His assistants Hans-Georg Filbrun and Matthias Anklam. It has been over 80 degrees in Bilbao, northern Spain this afternoon, and it's very humid in this stadium, made famous, of course, in 1982 with England's World Cup party. And Stan Collymore hopes to repeat the feat of Brian Robson, scoring in the first 30 seconds of a game. Robbo scored against France here on this famous stadium, and it's Aston Villa in the famous claret and blue and white shorts to get us off and underway, kicking from left to right in the first half. The referee is a stickler, they tell me. Stan Collymore and Savo Milosevic up front, Dwight York just behind with Ian Taylor. As for Gaza, Brian Little says it's irrelevant before this game. He may or may not make any comment later about a possible return to the England game and Villa for Paul Gascoigne, who, contrary to some rumours you might have heard today, is not in the San Mamés Stadium. João Havelange will be here, the president of FIFA, tomorrow, and this could well be the ground for the UEFA Cup final at the end of the season. Will Villa be coming back here then as they get us off and underway? Fernando Nelson back in the side, looks for Savo Milosevic. And a first touch for Steve Staunton. Now, players are genuine back 3, they tell me, though if there is need for one player to drop off spare, it will be Staunton.
Obvious already, Jonathan, that Ian Taylor's going to be the anchor of the 3 midfield players, with York slightly forward and Draper coming and getting on the ball whenever he can.
Nelson forward to Milosevic. Now Taylor tries to find Alan Wright on the far side, that diminutive of fullbacks. And Staunton to Ricardo Shimeka. Ryan Little says he's in the side tonight because he can keep the ball and is more comfortable on it. Steve Staunton gives it away. Lasser the throw-in. Ryan Little and Alan Evans on that Aston Villa bench. A wily managerial duo, so used to each other's work from Leicester City days, of course. And Lasser. Forward for Tiganda, whose nickname is Cuckoo, rather bizarrely. Alan Wright. Forward for York. Tucked behind him was Urrutia, the captain of Bilbao, and a hard man as well over the years.
Very composed start from Villa, quite willing to pop the ball around at the back, even under pressure, and not use Bosnich.
Luis Fernandez, the Bilbao manager, taking the place of such great names in the game like Jupp Heynckes, who was here, Gus Hiddink and Howard Kent. Now, Stan Collymore. Roberto Rios, at 6'3", is there with him. 8 times for Spain, right. Taylor, very consistent, solid player. Draper, delighted to be in the side, Mark Draper. Taylor once again. He's on a yellow card for Aston Villa in this competition. Staunton. Milosevic, felled by Alcorta, who played against England in the European Championships of '96. And is an experienced international player. Milosevic in there to hold the ball up with Stan Collymore. Steve Staunton, known by so many fans as Stan. Alan Wright. Collymore gets a touch, Sabo!
Oh, great chance really. Stan Collymore's taken them out of the near post and the balls fell nicely for Sabo. And quite honestly, on his left foot, you would expect him to hit the target better than that.
Same shot, easy save for Imanol Echeverria. Didn't make contact really with it, did he, Joe?
Well, nevertheless, a good start, though. It's nice to see that they are going for it. They're going for goals, and I've been quite impressed, really, with the composure at the back with the ball. So a good start for Villa, but they should be one up.
Bosnich, who was warming up at this end of the ground about 45 minutes before kick-off, and Echeverria came out and told him he had to warm up on the other end. I think it was rather succulent. Rios. Looking for the other Echeverria on the halfway line. Alcorta. Draper. Just flicked him as he went beyond him.
I couldn't see too much wrong with that at all, really, Jonathan. He just got in front of him, but I think that's one foul to the crowd.
They will drop on the edge of the penalty, especially, by the way, we're told Josebe Echeverria wearing number 17. He's right at the top of your picture there in the edge of the D. This is Javier Gonzalez, 23 years of age, came back this summer to this region for £500,000 from the Celtic club. Right, beaten in the air. Southgate away. York. Been a happy country, this, for Villa over the years. Echeverria. Javier Gonzalez. Nelson, it's not away yet. Tiganda, still loose. And bursting through from midfield was Carlos Garcia.
A warning for Villa there, Jonathan. They've obviously done their homework and isolated Mark Wright with a much taller player from the free kick. And that's where all the trouble started there.
Milosevic, keep it in play. It was Alkeitha coming forward there a moment ago for the home side.
Alan Wright, not Mark Wright.
That is Alan Wright, and that is Dwight York. Oh, nicely 1-2 off the referee. We'll accept any help we can get. Draper, quick feet. Another reason for his inclusion tonight.
He hasn't quite got going at his best form yet, because I know that Brian Little thinks very highly of Draper, and yet he's been in and out the side this season.
Staunton's free kick looks for Milosevic. Rios has gone out there. Collimore's waiting in the middle. Savo Milosevic, whose goal took Aston Villa through this far after extra time against Bordeaux in the last round. Athletic Bilbao were beating Sampdoria at home and away. York. Southgate, nice turn, keeps possession. Quarter away. Taylor was holding his position. Tiganda makes the run to the right. Now Javier Gonzalez, Tiganda is offside.
Yes, clearly offside. The Villa back three held firm there. Very composed, and despite the reaction of the crowd in front of us, he was well offside. 109
goals he scored in Spanish League football, Tiganda. No one has currently topped that in the Spanish First Division. And Nelson will settle for the free kick against Javier Gonzalez. Staunton. This is the weekend game at Arsenal. He's away with the Republic of Ireland World Cup playoff squad. Stan Collymore will also be missing. He's still suspended back at home. And Savo Milosevic goes with Yugoslavia.
Stan Collymore owes Brian Little a big performance tonight, Jonathan, because it would have been easy to leave him out, really, for this game in the middle of a suspension. But Brian's pulled him straight back in and said, go on, Stan, get us a goal, mate.
Darren Southgate, neatly done. Draper. Carlo Shimeka. And Savo Milosevic. That's Alcorta with the tiny sort of goatee beard, and it's Luis Fernandez. Actually born in Spain, born in Cadiz. And once upon a time, singed the King of Spain's beard, I seem to remember. So the old start by Aston Villa here, and they were very wary that Athletic Bilbao would really come at them, and that's not been the way.
Now, there'll be no hurry to take throw-ins, corners, free kicks. Apart from the oppressive heat, they just want to see the game nicely started and no great shocks.
He'll stand the man, Draper. Risky pass, Ian Taylor will just sit in there and patrol. Staunton. Impressive and consistent player he's been over the years. It's a good ear. Now they know that he has a reputation for dropping a little bit. One of the local Spanish scribes said to me earlier on today he'd be more accustomed to a swimming pool. He loves diving that much. Echeverria up front. 8 minutes gone. They don't score many goals, Bilbao, but they rarely concede, especially on this ground. They've won 21 of their 24 UEFA Cup ties over the years. It's Roberto Carlos Garcia going forward, rather. Could be the main danger in the air, the number 12, Carlos Garcia. He's a tall man, and so too the dangerous Rios. No foul. York to use his pace. Taylor through the middle. Rios coming back at him. And so too Aranza. Move of some purpose by Aston Villa though.
Yes, Ian Taylor striding through, leaving his patrolling job. He's coming back a little bit gingerly there. I hope he's not hurt himself.
Aaron Evans, who was such an important centre-half when they won the championship in the European Cup at the turn of the 80s. Stan Collymores away. If he can get on the end of it. The onside trap didn't work, and the eccentric goalkeeper Imanol Echeverria concedes the first corner of the night.
He's going to have to watch that, Stan. Again, they've done their homework and they're trying to catch him. They're moving up quickly. Stan wants to get him behind, and he's just going to have to make sure he's looking along the line and not being offside all the time.
Well, Draper with the corner kick, the 26-year-old, approaching 100 games. Very fit, says manager Brian Little. Flicked on, up and over. Southgate getting forward.
Again, a bit of a chance, you know, Jonathan, because he's had virtually a free header there and just got a bit thick on it. A glancing header there would have given the goalkeeper more problems. But again, encouraging that Villa have had two good chances so early in the game.
Just making signals across to the bench here, and Shimeka is looking anxiously towards the bench as well. I don't think he's involved, but Steve Staunton was looking across here a moment ago. Not to worry you Villa fans. It's Vitor Alquita's foul, born in San Sebastian. His dad was the president of Real Sociedad, and gave John Toshak the job there, signed John Aldrich and Kevin Richardson. Villa fans will remember him. Damian Atkinson, Villa fans of course will remember Damian. Taylor bravely in, Stan Collymore. Touch perhaps eluded him on 10 minutes. Shimeka the chase. Looks okay to me. I don't think he's the person.
No, I think it was more tactical, to be honest with you. I think they're trying to move somebody a bit further up the left, and there's a lot of finger wagging going on, but there doesn't seem to be any injuries, Jonathan.
The only problem they had in training last night, Stan Collymore had a problem. One of his boots split, and they needed to stick it back together again. It's Fernando Nelson. Foul throw. He stole too many yards.
I think that's a warning from the referee that he's not going to have any time wasting or any attempts at time wasting. And you know, whilst it suits Villa to keep it at a low pace, the game, they're going to have to watch that. They don't want silly bookings and giving free kicks and corners away for that.
Alcorta, the Spanish international. They're going to push it away towards Alan Wright in the air, aren't they, as well? Alan Wright on the far side. Only 5'4" tall, and they'll try and get Laranza forward there. He scored a couple of goals this season. Scored against Sampdoria in the first leg. Brian Little expected that though.
Alan Wright can fight his corner in the air. Obviously he's not the biggest, but he's not bad in the air for his size. It's
Echeverria with Wright, who did well there. And now Stan Collymore. £18.5 million he's cost over the years, Stan. Rios climbing. Aliente, Draper. Keitha came in at him, Draper to Milosevic. Quarter tucked up behind him. Schumacher. Ian Taylor, nicely done, Draper. Now Keitha back though to the goalkeeper, Imanol Echeverria. Came through from the Bilbao B side last season. They were actually relegated into the sort of regional second division as it is here. It's got Figanda, Puku. Oof. Well, it needed an alert Mark Bosnich.
I'm sure he could have picked that up early, but I suppose on foreign soil you don't want to take the chance.
Luis Fernandez, animated to say the least down there on the touchline. 8 years of success as a player as Paris Saint-Germain. Alan White. Now Taylor. Milosevic waited for it to come onto his head. Figanda, Echeverria, Javier Gonzalez, with his own player. Lassa, out on this touchline. Nico Lassa, from Real Sociedad originally. Gonzalez, and a purple patch at the moment for Athletic Bilbao, who've never lost the athletic part of their name. They've kept the English spelling in those Sunderland colours against Aston Villa, a moment of goalless.
Yes, looking lively there, and they'll be looking to get Gonzalez on the ball whenever possible. Shot too high that time, but they don't want to take the chance too often. He has to be closed down on the edge of the area.
Huge English connections with this part of Spain over the years. Here's Keitha. Nasser has taken the place of Larrazabal on the side, who's out tonight. Just picked up a half a knock against the Deportivo at the weekend, Larrazabal. Rios, big Roberto Rios, £8 million of centre-back. Echeverria and Alan Wright, and like a little demon, Draper. A high hooked clearance aimed at Savo Milosevic. Alcorta in the air, the 28-year-old, cost £1 million this summer, getting it away from Real Madrid. He always used to wear M on his shirt, Rafael Alcorta. His mother's Christian name started with M. There's a nice touch for you. Nelson. And again. On the side, in place of Gary Charles, returning tonight, and wins the foul. Brian Little says he's just a little bit more secure, he thinks, at the moment in defence. So, Steve Staunton with the free kick there.
Good steady start, Jonathan. I think that Brian Little will just be looking at his front two and saying, I want you to hold it up a little bit better. Just try and get hold of the ball. Keep us in possession.
Came off Rios' head, did it? Or Stan Collymore? Well, I thought that might have come off big Roberto Rios at the back. The referee was a lot closer than I. Rios and number 12, Carlos Garcia, who's also 6 foot, and height at the back. There's Doug Ellis. So keen for Villa to succeed. Javi Gonzalez with the throw, or is it a free kick? Fernando Nelson, adjudged to have fouled Figanda as he came wide. Now, Gonzalez, a little magician in this Bilbao side, offside. You'll find it was Carlos Garcia creeping around the back who was offside.
Yes, again, they're trying to put the ball in the area of Alan Wright, but Ian Taylor was there as well this time, as well as the offside decision. They're going to have to watch that, Villa.
Certainly some action down there. The fourth official, Michael Malbranc, is not too happy with the activity on especially Athletic Bilbao bench, which has been most vociferous. Now, Staunton away. Finds row C. Come to Spain before. Aston Villa against Bilbao here, 78 in the UEFA Cup, drew 1-1. And then won at home by 2-0. Or one at home first, I should say.
Well, a good start by the referee, Jonathan, certainly.
He's been strong, hasn't he?
Yes, he showed no signs at all of crumpling under a very hostile crowd here.
Came into the ground very late, the fans. 45 minutes before kick-off. 1,500 in the ground, 400 of those were from Aston Villa. Just hear them in the background, I hope.
Brownhill will be wanting Dwight York to get on the ball now. He looks a little bit out of place at the moment. Neither a forward nor a midfield, and the game's passed him by a little bit. And certainly, if Villa are going to win this game, as opposed to just draw it, Dwight York has got to get on the ball.
Southgate away. Larrañaga. Staunton. There's Rios behind Stan Collymore again. Away goal would be so precious for Aston Villa last year. It was the away goal, the Helsingborg's goal, which did them in, of course. They didn't score in Bordeaux in the first leg of this season. They didn't score in Trabzonspor or Inter in 94-95.
Again, they've lost the ball at front, and they have to hold it up. It's so important away from home they keep the ball.
Offside again. Defence is going to be the key, though, the springboard to attack. Echeverria. Draper. Keitha. Nelson back to him. Just out of play. Nice combination, didn't quite come off. But Mark Draper showing a willingness to prompt and push around the midfield. Pull the strings. Keitha. That will be music to the ears of Brian Nicholdown on the bench. Whistles of derision from the Athletic Bilbao fans. Keitha. Staunton has right away on that far side. Wasn't the best of balls. York. Rios is prepared just to go out anywhere on that right-hand flank. Looks for Milosevic. Garcia's with him. Steady possession by the Villa. You have to go some there, Simeka. Oh dear.
Pitch looks very quick, Jonathan. There's a few run away to the touchlines.
It was very hard last night. Villa had a few words about it, and when they trained here, they had water on it for about the best part of 2 or 3 hours. Athletic Bilbao. Passes throw. Figanda on. Southgate as cool as ever. His wife Alison will be watching on tonight. Got married in the summer. Staunton, and under a little bit of pressure there from Figanda. Rios. Lassa. Mikel Lassa, a couple of championships with Real Madrid after leaving this region of the country. Now, Javi Gonzalez. Oh, referee's given a free kick against Nelson.
Should give him an Oscar, not a free kick. I'll have to watch it.
Well, the referee was only about 10 yards away, and real danger here for Aston Villa because they whip their free kicks in at great pace. 46,000 in the Stadium San Mames. 400 of them hoping this goes nowhere. Carlos Garcia is in the middle. Rios arriving. And they will get through the big man at the back. Rios has just stepped through onto the edge of the 6-yard area.
The Villa defenders are looking at each other as to who should have been there, but there were actually 2 players clear. with the movement at the back post again, and that's certainly a dangerous area for Villa.
It was Laranjo who came in behind Rios, and Rios actually thought this was a corner kick. I don't quite know how. He stood there appealing for a corner after that, which is most strange. Draper heads it on. Alkeitha. Siganda making all the running. Shimeka just committed himself. Danger here. Javier Gonzalez. And Alan Wright got the head to it. Good run. Goal kick. And, well, that's interesting to see Dwight York prepared to put in the defensive work as he went with Inigo Laranjo there. Halfway through the first half.
But again, Jonathan, that all started with a ball that went through to their centre-backs without any challenge at all. Brian Hill will be furious. His frontmen have got to work harder to keep the ball up there.
Definitely Bilbao fans rise. They can sense something happening, perhaps. There's Taylor. Needed to make the challenge, and Draper. Nelson. Alkeitha, who's a midfield workhorse in there, only 5'6". Urrutia, it's a hard-working midfield combination. Urrutia comes from Bilbao, one of 3 locals in the side. This is 10th season. Draper. Taylor climbed the highest, Rios stooped the lowest. Siganda, Javier Gonzalez. Well, he read it well, didn't he, Steve Staunton?
It's interesting that they play him in the middle, even though he's a natural left footer, Jonathan, because I feel it's because he can start more in there. He can start things on both sides instead of just the left side.
Such a difficult place to come to in Europe. Only Liverpool and Ferencváros have ever won here in 47 European ties. 39 of them have brought Athletic Bilbao victories. Savo Milosevic, Taylor to his left, nice drag back. Stan Collymore waiting on the edge of the penalty area, but it was a blind route. Here's Nelson. Shimeka outside it, good ball. Patient build-up by Villa. Alkeitha. Draper should get there. No, Echeverria. And still, Siganda to his left, and way offside.
You try selling these 5,000 in front of us, Jonathan.
He was way offside.
Only by 10 minutes.
They just turned round to us here in a commentary position. They're sitting right in front of us, and they're Spanish fans, and they've just nodded, was he offside? And we've said yes. Actually, we will say yes to them, Joe, even if we don't think it. Staunton. Well, it's been a steady 25 minutes for Aston Villa, that's for sure.
It's been a good start, Jonathan. I know I keep going on about it, but if the front men just work a little bit harder, they can get more than a draw here, because up to now there's been nothing to fear.
Ian Taylor. Milosevic waiting for it. Like York is there, nice turn. Now Alan Wright. Go on, little Alan Wright. Draper's on the edge of the penalty area. And Collymore! Oh, it was nicked away from him. Just nicked away. Carlos Garcia was the last man back. And that was so vital then for the home side.
That was a great ball in, Jonathan. It was just asking to be someone to attack the ball, but unfortunately Stan couldn't quite get there, and I think there was a touch. And then again, he's offside.
Well, they've had a couple of chances, haven't they? They had the one early on with Savo Milosevic.
They've had the 3 best chances of the game.
See if he got a touch. Oh, he nicked it away. Just as Stan was ready to pounce. Stan Collymore, 1 goal in his 12 games so far. On the side at the moment. Wolf Southgate's fouled his man, I think. Echeverria wanted to look for a trailing leg and found one.
Yes, he was going nowhere.
He started at Real Sociedad. Echeverria and his dad got involved in his wage demands. Dad said you're not getting paid enough, so he took him to Bilbao for about 190,000 a couple of years ago. Rios, the danger man, Javi Gonzalez. And he's in this good run at the moment. 3 goals in the last 3 games for them. Javi Gonzalez. That's £500,000 this summer, and he's played in every game. Actually started here. And he gets up well in that box again. He's quite sharp in the air and on the ground.
Yeah, Villa are big enough not to have any problems in the air, to be honest with you. There's only the really big lad at the back that should be causing any problems. If everyone sticks with the marker, that shouldn't be any trouble as the game progresses.
Little. Just seeing there Jim Barron as well, who's a part of the coaching staff at Aston Villa. Tony McAndrew down there, Jim Walker, the physio, down there as well. And down the line, Nelson, being pressurised by Gonzalez, and the referee is very, very strong. Do you know, this performance of the referee reminds me of the of Mario Van Ende in Italy the other day, England against Italy, Joe.
I was just going to say the same thing. After years of criticising foreign referees, I think they're coming good all of a sudden. Long way to go.
Rios. He's blocked out much of the Aston Villa threat in the air or on the ground.
Stan's got to work him harder, though.
This man goes down at the nearest touch Echeverria. Dangerous moments for Aston Villa again. 28 minutes gone. Listen to the fans in the background, they've been magnificent. Staunton, half a mistake, Lasser. Racked a little bit of composure as it came through to him. Lasser, Mikael Lasser, the 26-year-old. Mikael Lasser subbed on most of his appearance this season by that Madrid, Athletic Bilbao bench, I should say, by Luis Fernandez in there. That's Brian Little. You had some sort of manager that you want to have success, Brian Little.
Again, the referee being a stickler.
Go on, Steve Staunton.
He'll be aiming to land this behind the penalty spot for the players coming in.
Collymore is in there, and York, and Milosevic around the back. Rios.
That's a silly foul by Milosevic, you know, that he's under pressure there, and there's no need to do that. Quite honestly, Garcia's under pressure facing his own goal, and it's just let him out. Brian Little will be furious.
Rios is another man who's come back to this part of the country. He's born in Bilbao. Dad also played for Spain back in the 60s. Urrutia. Staunton will make that his. It's a dangerous ball out. Alkeitha's after it. Southgate there. Here's Lasser. 5 across the back for the Villa. Good shape to them as well. Nelson dived in. Right, beaten in the air. And the keeper comes.
He was beaten in the air, Jonathan, but he got a great challenge in, the little fella. Just got a body to make sure that it wasn't a good header.
Lasser doing good work down the left-hand side for Athletic Bilbao. 14 minutes to go on the half. Villa, this has been a tight and disciplined performance so far against this proud Basque club. So proud of their red and white shirts. You won't see a shirt sponsor on there, never has been. Here's Dwight York. Just a touch enough, they're working hard in every area. Schumacher. for Nelson. Moore, well, he had a chance, he had a sight of it. And Quarter's the man down. Draper was the man adjudged to have fouled him. He shakes his head rather. But the referee hasn't done much wrong so far. Very hot and humid here. 80 degrees, mid-October.
Draper's had an excellent half, Jonathan. Taking the ball, hardly giving it away.
Echeverria now. Away from Taylor, rather a risky lunge, good ball! Bosnich saw it coming. Sliganda got in at the near post. Nearly got in front of Gareth Southgate.
Most dangerous moments of the game, and perhaps if Zaganda had been a little bit sharper, Villa might be in trouble.
Rios came into the Spanish side last season. Free kick goes against Villa. Echeverria. Just actually did get in front of Gareth Southgate, but a wee bit too late for the cross. Zaganda. Lassa. Very successful player, well with Real Madrid. Lassa won a couple of Spanish caps as well. As he looks for Javier Gonzalez, the chap caught him.
Villa have held that line very well. Very successful tonight, that program.
Big task this for Villa, and they're doing well. They get Bilbao, 8 titles, 23 cups. They haven't done well in the last decade. This is a side with great tradition. As Adam Dart was saying earlier on in the programme, a lot of people in Spain always consider this the home of Spanish football, despite the Madrid and Barcelona giants. Nelson, Savo again. Lassa gets it away. Shimeka, Thiganda tucked up there with him. Draper persistent, right behind Javier Gonzalez, not allowing him to have any room. Roberto Rios.
Now, Jonathan, no great problems at all, you know. They're very, very comfortable, Villa. Considering they come into this game not in the best form themselves, they've started very assuredly. And I say again, I think it's a game that they can win.
Taylor to Collymore. Cover was again by Carlos Garcia. He started here with the youth team and then went away, as so many of them have done, to Osasuna for a while. Only on loan though. Fernando Nelson, get on with it, says the referee. Minutes before the break. Southgate. Arantha hasn't been able to go forward from midfield, from defence as he loves to do on that right-hand side. Alquiza. Echeverria won't win that one. Echeverria as Alquiza trying to find him on that left-hand side. Luis Fernandez not too happy. Now here's danger though, and it was Shimeka's clearance away.
That's a great clearance. Villa were very sloppy over in that corner. They had a number of chances to clear the ball, and whilst you want them to be composed, there's nothing wrong with giving it Timson's now and again. It could have been the end of the pitch.
Javier Gonzalez has gone across to take the corner kick. Let's have a look at it again, Joe. We're strong through there.
That's a great defensive play by Skinner.
Oh, and it beat them all, and Rios missed the kick. Draper away.
That's Rios' first mistake of the game.
Roberto Rios.
Up to now, he's dominated both the Villa forwards when he's been one-to-one with them.
The other end wasn't the greatest of touches, was it?
No.
Mitchell Urrutia leaves it. Well, again, holding their shape well. And they're frustrating athletic Bilbao. Mark Draper looking. A bit unlucky with a bounce. Nice footwork again. He justified his place back in the side. York was fouled by Urrutia, and I think he let him know about it. Dwight York. Nelson. Milosevic flicks it off to Dwight York. Dwight York! Oh, what an opportunity for Aston Villa.
I can't believe that, Jonathan. He's normally such a clinical finisher, and it was a great move, great interplay between the Villa frontmen, and it's left him in just where he wanted to be, but he was nowhere near with his finish.
He just seemed to dig into the turf. English turf it is too. This grass comes from England originally. Would you believe it? Lovely 1-2 touch by Collymore. Did it all wrong. Milosevic now.
Very encouraging though. Again, they've had 3, maybe 4 good chances in the first half.
There was Larantha. He's the pivot for most of the ball through the middle. Thiganda. Draper strong again for Aston Villa. What do you think of Stan back in the Midlands, from whence he came?
Well, he's got all the gifts that you need to be a top frontman. I mean, he can be absolutely awesome, but there's no doubt that he has days when he looks totally lethargic and disinterested. And it might be just his style, but I know that Brian Little will be expecting more from him than what he's getting at the moment.
Alcorta, athletic Bilbao. Good burst in the middle, and well, he had more time then than he thought. He really had a great deal of time. Larantha got in there, and he had players square of him as well, and that's a golden opportunity for athletic Bilbao. And Larantha is normally cool going forward. He's got 11 goals.
I don't think he could believe that he was onside. I mean, I'm not sure whether he was, but certainly he arrived there so alone that he thought he must have been offside.
Real opportunity. He could just catch Ozzy out with a little header. Larantha. There's a couple of goals this season. Scored away in Sampdoria in the 2-1 win, and then the other wing back, Larrazabal, got one in the home leg. Another free kick that Villa must enjoy. 6 minutes to go before the break. Javi Gonzalez. Thiganda in the middle. Full back looking for Echeverria. Collymore wins the free kick.
Yes, Atletico looking a little bit more dangerous as the break approaches. It's taken them an awful long time to get going, and it's still hard to see how this side really could have been Sampdoria twice on the first half showing.
Milosevic looked for it, made himself available. Dwight York has busied himself in that midfield, not even sick. An opportunity to net for the 4th time this season, eluded it. Nelson, York, Draper was in there, and offside. He's had a good first half, I think, Mark Draper and Dwight York. That combination has promised for Aston Villa with Ian Taylor just holding that there.
Yes, as Draper has got in the game with Dwight York, Villa have looked more and more dangerous. And Fernando Nelson, very comfortable on the ball. I mean, he's a footballer before he's a defender, really. But ideal for this game, and he makes these surging runs inside.
Well, that was not offside against Mark Draper. Alcorta was playing him on. Echeverria. Southgate, good disciplined defending. And look at the Bilbao player again on the deck. Here we go, Larantha. Should be Villa's ball, and it wasn't. Master Arthea using that 6-foot frame for some effect, getting forward. So Alquiza has just dropped back to cover for him in Luis Fernandez' side. He's there in the blue and white striped shirt. Rios. Draper. Had to get back into the England reckoning in this World Cup year. That's Garcia away. Alcorta. Seemed, when we saw him a while ago, to have some puffed up lips. Severia's return ball to Javi Gonzalez. Severia. He spent most of the afternoon. You'll know all about the English turf, Joe. He spent most of the afternoon of the evening sitting on it.
I can't believe the referee's fallen. I don't see what Gareth Southgate could have done to get out of the way there. He just dived at him, and it is a problem. It is a problem. Let's hope he cries wolf. Because there sure to be a decision at some stage they should go for him that goes against him.
Just over 2 minutes to go before the break. Crucial time. Villa want to go in, goalless. The drive easily parried down. Ranantha hit it.
Interesting there, Jonathan. Then Villa have Ian Taylor, a midfield player, marking Rios, the largest player on the pitch, rather than one of their three centre-backs.
Ian Taylor, 6'1". Rios has still got 2 inches above him. Here's Chimaka. You've got Ekiog on the bench for the first time this season. Good drive, kept it down well, but Bosnians can deal with those all day. Might just took his eye off it at the last moment. Maybe it bounced up. A couple of the players last night weren't too happy with the pitch. Echeverria, he's worked hard, you have to give him that. Lasser. Draper looking. Where's the support? Where's the support still?
He's been outstanding, Jonathan. He's hardly given the ball away. He's worked tirelessly for the team. He's tackled. An excellent midfield performance.
So Fernando Nelson with this throw-in. 24-year-old from Porto. Draper. Right walk. In there like a good one. Like a midfield tiger.
I love to see that when the home crowd are getting upset with the referee.
Keitha in the midfield for Athletic Bilbao. And had a present this season. Oh, free kick wasted. When you think, although they had the long-range shot a while back, that Villa bench must be just so happy with the first half, and yet, Joe, no, they've had the best of the chances.
Yes, they've had 3 or 4 excellent chances, and I think that's Brian Little's message at half-time. Keep it going. Oh, hang on.
Oh, here's Javi Gonzalez, well read, Steve Staunton. Nelson needs to cover for the slip, and Southgate was there. It was an awkward bounce up to Gareth Southgate as well.
It's nearly an awkward commentary, Jonathan. We were just saying how well they were doing, but no, it's been a great half for Villa. There's no doubt about that. And if they keep this corner out, they can go in and look forward to the second half and maybe winning the game.
Stoppage time. Rios in at the far post. Uganda spins from the near. Good goalkeeping by Mark Bosnich. And that's the half-time whistle, and that's a good, impressive first half defensively by Aston Villa. I
think they've been quite impressive at times going forward. If they just find a little bit more edge, they can win this game. I mean that seriously.
Mark Draper outstanding in the first half.
Mark Draper was excellent. Their two most ineffective of players, unfortunately, have been the frontmen who've got to work a little bit harder. But for all that, they've had 4 good chances, and Brian Little will be well pleased.
He didn't play at home to Bordeaux, but he's made up for it tonight, Mark Draper. Good first half by him and the Villa. They're holding on quite comfortably. It's Athletic Bilbao 0, Aston Villa 0. One important piece of news straight away at the start of the second half, a substitution for Aston Villa. Ian Taylor has not re-emerged, and Simon Grayson has come out to start the second half for the Villa. Wearing number 16, Simon Grayson comes into the midfield. He played against Bordeaux. He came off with a bad stomach. He blamed food troubles over there, and he said that the only thing he'd eat here in Spain in the build-up for this, baked beans. So I wonder what Aston Villa's second half performance will be like with that inside. Larry Grayson, as the Villa fans like to call him, in that honk stand. And it's Athletic Bilbao to get us off and underway in the red stripes, red and white stripes, black shorts and black socks. Joe Royal, your first thoughts on Simon Grayson coming into the side?
I think that's somewhat of a blow really for Villa, because Taylor's done a good steady job and been picking up the giant Rios' set plays. So they'll have to switch things around a little bit, because certainly he's a danger there. But he won't let Villa down in open play. He's a good, honest defender, probably a full-back first and foremost, and he'll know where to be and what to do.
And he knows all about cup success with Leicester last season. It was his goal in the Coca-Cola Cup semi-final down at Wimbledon in the second leg that took them through to Wembley. Now here's Southgate immediately for Aston Villa, who need to keep that defensive shape and discipline that they showed in the first half. Milosevic will they be a little bit hungrier in this second half going forward. Ping, back pass, wasn't it? Made by Echeverria. Javier Gonzalez spotted up back in London as their main danger man throughout the first half, as you heard. Here's Steve Staunton. Too sure what he was trying to do with that. Collymore drifted into a central position, and Alan Wright would have to be jet heeled to get down the left-hand side.
I think he was looking for Stan to peel off on his shoulder, but Stan wasn't really looking for the ball there, to be honest with you.
White York for Aston Villa. Collymore really go in hard with the challenge. Reinther, and again. Villa quite coolly, just looking for the offside and getting it.
They'll want to settle into the same rhythm as the first half as quickly as possible. I mean, the game was never frantic first half, and that suits Villa, particularly in the away leg.
Here's Southgate. Good decision by the referee for offside. There's Echeverria. Yosu, or rather Joseba Echeverria up front. Rios heads it away. Now York. Draper. Grayson just in that Taylor holding role. Nice interchange of passes. Draper and Milosevic. There's no one in the middle now, though. Grayson. Stan Collymore dropping it, almost trying to get into the game, bypassing him at that stage. Fernando Nelson will make that clearance.
Again, the big centre-half, Rios, coming through to take the ball with no challenge. The two front men have got to work him harder. That can't happen.
Javier Gonzalez, good tackle on it. Keith strongly on Draper. Ziganda, offside once again.
Again, no, Jonathan, there's got to be more energy up front. There's got to be harder work. At the moment, the lad Rios is dominating both strikers.
Well, difficult to see from our position whether or not that was offside, but they've the referee and his two assistants have rarely put a foot wrong today. Referee Hartmut Stramper from Germany. On the back, Alcorta. Javier Gonzalez, Lassa wide of him. Nelson sticking to it and conceding the corner kick. The third of the game. Lassa go in the middle, I would imagine, and Javier Gonzalez will take this corner kick. And Mark Bosnich, who was very sound in the first half, marching his troops there.
Southgate's gone with Rios, the giant Rios.
What a movement in at the near post. Fernando Nelson headed it away. It was at this end of the ground where Athletic Bilbao had some trouble last year. The Zaragoza goalkeeper Otto Conrad was hit by a firework. A lot of work has gone on the ground, a lot of money spent to increase security. That's a lovely burst away from Draper.
Just overran it slightly, a bit unfortunate because he could have put Collymore in there.
Oh, the local boy, the local hero, Javier Gonzalez. His eye up at the last moment. Still a steady game, Fernando Nelson and Draper. Carlos Garcia. And the Rios. Milosevic, Rios comes away. Oh, well done. Good strong play by Ricardo Shineka. Was already covered back for him. Looked comfortable on the ball there, though, Joe, didn't he?
Yes, he did very well. Just one touch too much, because he did have a couple of occasions he could have knocked it off, but obviously heard the roar of the crowd there and kept the ball too long.
Free kick to Aston Villa. Again catching Athletic Bilbao Javier Gonzalez, danger man offside. Collimore's flick on. Rios is there on the edge of the penalty area again. On the edge of his own box. And now I realise where I've seen him before, Rios. Remember Pink Floyd and the cartoon of a teacher, another brick in the wall. He was the cartoon character, all 18 feet of him. Steve Staunton.
I think you'll hear from his lawyer tomorrow.
Alan Wright. They don't score many goals, Bilbao, as I said before. Last calendar year, they went 7 games without scoring. They've only passed 50 goals 3 times in the last decade, which is unusual for a club which once upon a time had a great scoring record. In fact, the Spanish League top scorer award is called Pichichi, which is named after a former Athletic Bilbao player.
This is the greatest danger at the moment, the corners and set plays. Both Rios and Garcia coming into play here.
Echeverria, in the picture there, the stern-faced Gareth Southgate, wasn't it? 51 on the clock. Carlos Garcia wearing 12. Javier Gonzalez. Away by Big Savo. Stan Collymore, did he push his man?
Oh, Brian Little will be livid.
He had a chance to break as well, didn't he?
Well, they've just cleared the ball and all of a sudden they're under pressure again. It's a silly foul. Referees never miss that. And we don't want to be picking on Stan or anything like that, but it is a silly foul to give away.
Quarter. Milosevic is giving away here to Alkeitha. Play on. Good challenge. Still Alkeitha. Lasser's cross. Alan right away. Stan Collymore. Again, couldn't hold it up. Echeverria. Figanda. Deflected. And it was Southgate who came across and plugged the gap that suddenly opened up for Thiganda. Again, Villa failed to hold it up front, and again the pressure was immediately on them. And that's what Brian Little has been complaining about. Offside. Echeverria.
Well, they needed that break, quite honestly, Jonathan, for things to calm down again. There's been a little bit of pressure there, and it's all been self-inflicted. I mean, I'm sure that Brian has stood up there screaming at the 2 frontmen.
Staunton beaten by the turn. Southgate came back though. The Athletic Bilbao fans are fuming, by the way, that another offside decision has gone against them. Collymore put Urrutia under pressure. Another foul. He is a complex character, Stan Collymore. I've known him since he started off in football at the professional level at Crystal Palace. They signed him from Stafford Rangers. And you speak as you find. I've always found Stan Collymore very affable and approachable, but he's a very complex character. Pressurised the goalkeeper there though. Echeverria gives away the throw-in. 53 on the clock. Alan Wright. Milosevic now. Dwight York to make the run through. Rios, who's got exceptional blocks again. Alkeitha. Alcorta. Larraitha. Dwight York. And I'm sure he prefers to play a front-running role to a midfield role, but he's worked hard for the cause tonight, Dwight York. Javier Gonzalez, and this is a good spell by Bilbao. Echeverria, Staunton's come across, and Wright. Southgate, the right man in the right position. Now the free kick given. Collymore will get a yellow card. And I think that just about sums up the evening for him, Joe. It's an evening of frustration for Stan.
Sheer frustration. Again, Stan had just lost the ball to give Atletico a very dangerous position, and I'm sure that he just doesn't know when it's going to go right from him at the moment. The answer's hard work, Stan.
Swept in with the challenge. Larraitha with the free kick for Bilbao. And he'll have a poke from here. He's already scored in the competition this season. It's Steve Staunton. Javier Gonzalez. And that's Mark Bosnich's. He's looked very secure at the back, Mark Bosnich. 3 clean sheets this season in his 12 games. Finds Dwight York. And there's Draper again, making himself available. Gonzalez, danger here. Javier Gonzalez, he's got... Oh, offside again. Well held the line, Gareth Southgate. But Echeverria was offside. And now the San Mames Catedral 46,000 vent their collective spleen again.
He's a very, very brave linesman. Whether it's right or wrong, he's a very brave man.
And Fulbrun, the assistant referee on this near side, and the Bilbao bench fuming.
I think that's just frustration on their behalf, though. Quite seriously, yes, I'm sure he's offside.
Southgate will clear it away. It's quite amusing, actually. All these Spanish fans in front of us keep looking at us because we've got a monitor here to view the offside decisions, and they keep shrugging their shoulders and asking us yes or no. And every time there's an offside decision, we say yes. At a yard off, bus ride offside. Here's Carlos Garcia. Had a bad injury last season. Missed 5 months of the campaign, big number 12. Come back strongly this season. Javier Gonzalez, a bright game.
Just a little bit disturbed, Jonathan. The Villa seem to be accepting now they're under siege a little bit. You know, the first half they were breaking out well and with purpose, but at the moment they're no threat at all to the Atletico goal. And if they just get a siege mentality, sooner or later something will happen.
We've not done well over the years with a first leg away from home in Europe. We've only won twice. Here's the cross coming in from Larrainza. Javier Gonzalez, cutesy back here. Lassa drove it in. Corner kick. And the Bilbao fans can sense something is on here. Busby Babes were beaten here in 1956. Liverpool in 68 went down here. Rangers in 69 were beaten here. Away.
They badly need to get in Atletico half, Jonathan, and keep it there. Put 2 or 3 passes together at this end.
As Grayson set her away actually a moment ago for Villa. Now York. And Bosnich signalling that he was perhaps a little bit hasty in throwing it out to him. What's Brian Little saying down there, do you think, Joe?
I think he's saying that they need a bit more width when they've got the ball. They need a few more options.
Milosevic climbs, Collymore. Milosevic, still. Again, look, there's no one in the middle, absolutely no one in there for him.
No, they've surrendered the initiative, Jonathan. Mentally, they've decided now they're going to sit on it. I know they haven't been told to do that, but it just looks that way. It's dangerous.
It's strange, really, because it's not as if it's been like a session down the gun barrels of an Athletic Bilbao endless stream of attacks. Offside, Collymore, not York.
I was going to say, I don't think Dwight York was offside there. Stan coming back.
Rios and Carlos Carthe. Stan coming back from an offside position, and the referee's got to adjudge he was deliberately trying to gain advantage by being in that offside position. Urrutia to Alquito, that's wasted. York and Rios tucks up behind him again. He's had a very good game. Urrutia, Arquita, space for Lassa on the left for Echeverria. And again, Southgate was back there. Now Grayson. Rios wins it. Javier Gonzalez, Lassa, Figanda at the near post. They keep looking for that out ball, Joe, someone to hit to hold it up, and keeps pinging back at them. And Ryan was telling me that he is concerned they have conceded too many goals very, very quickly. Suddenly attacks have been back on them. Come to you on that in a second, because here's Lassa. near the hour. Staunton saw it late.
But I hate to labour on it, Jonathan, but both front men have got to do a lot more. They're neither keeping it, they're neither giving energy, they're not defending. And the two centre-halves at the moment won't need to wash their shirts. Quite honestly, they're not being worked at all.
And Bilbao want to make a substitution. The man who will be coming off for Athletic Bilbao will be Lassa. And the man who's coming on, I think, is Ismail Orthay. Can't quite see down there. No, it's Larrazabal who's coming on. And he's been a regular this season. Michael Larrazabal. And a great reception for a local lad from Bilbao. Under 21 international. He's come through from the youth ranks here and has played 222 games for the club up until this season. He went off on Saturday in the 1-1 draw against Deportivo. Now Collingwood's away from Rios. Use your pace, Stan. Carlos Garcia coming back at him. Maybe he couldn't see him out of his peripheral vision. Maybe he didn't get a shout.
Just a touch too much, but at least that's lively. He's got them running towards their own goal in the corner. Welcome relief for Villa.
I almost want him to get the goal, Stan, to end the pressure. Alan Wright will come forward and take the corner at his leisure. Right in front of the Villa fans, this corner, and those Villa fans have been magnificent throughout. York is in to mix it inside the 6-yard area. Wright curls it away. Milosevic's header.
Bit of relief though, bit of relief from the constant pressure that was building up. Let's hope the Villa can build on that now.
Wright's cross. Milosevic got over it too far, really. Now, Larrazabal to Alcorta. 62 minutes gone. Carlos Garcia breezed beyond the Villa challenge. Larrañaga, Echeverria, Southgate's had a storming game, and so too Staunton at the back and Shimeka, the three centre-backs. Can't fault the defence, certainly.
I think they've had a lot of steady performances, a lot of good performances. What Brian Little's looking for now is someone to be a star and score that goal for them.
York to Draper. He had to hold on to it. I think out of the corner of his eye, he saw that Milosevic was way offside and couldn't play it first time. Now Echeverria, Staunton again. On him by Echeverria. He's worked well on this near side. Larrañaga he's worked hard up and down this near side, the right hand touchline. 0-0. Collingwood on. So important for Villa to carry the flag for England in the UEFA Cup. Here's Echeverria. Staunton's touch, and it was Southgate's clip away. Larrañaga, Fernando Nelson, and this is dangerous here, and that's off the upright, was it? And away. Well, that's why they put him on. Larrazabal. He scored a couple this season, and he does have a venomous drive.
Atletico getting behind Villa far too often now.
They've got their regular wing-backs on now. Lassa didn't really work, did he, on that left-hand side? Not too sure if Mark Bosnich put a touch to that through the crowd of players.
I think Brian's got to look at a change, really, Jonathan, to freshen things up somewhere. At the moment, it's just a siege. Having said all that, Bosnich hasn't had too many saves to make for all that, but it's just coming back all the time now.
There goes York. This is the challenge, but gets it second time. Collymore, back to him. Collymore. Still Stan Collymore, crowded out quickly. When he's had the ball, they surrounded him quickly. Larrazabal. His debut some 7 years ago, and he's been a regular since then. I love the local boys here. Larantha. Rios. There's 6 internationals in this squad. Larrazabal. Played against Newcastle a couple of years ago. 3 seasons ago it was now. Javier Gonzalez. And back to Urrutia. He's been the anchor man in the midfield. Learned to curb his tempo, Urrutia, who sent off a couple of times in the first month of last season. Alquiza. Into Echeverria. And Cuckoo was in there again. This experienced centre forward, Tiganda. The ball hasn't bounced kindly for him. Off the upright. Bosnich didn't get a touch to the earlier effort from Larrazabal. He hit that with some sting, didn't he, Joe?
Yes, it was a great effort. A little bit worrying, really, because having thought that Atletico were comparatively toothless, they're now looking quite dangerous.
There's Javier Gonzalez. Bosnich will come and gather and does so quite safely. Away by Bosnich downfield. It's so important for Aston Villa to fly the flag for England, with Liverpool going down in Strasbourg by 3-0 in the first leg. That is something of a disaster for them. Southgate. Javier Gonzalez in with Draper, and they're beginning to look the stronger now. Alquiza on the run. Draper, good challenge. Oh, I thought he got the ball.
Well, the referee was close enough, much closer than us, but it did look a good challenge, to be fair.
Let's have a look at it again. He's played the ball there, Mark Draper.
Yes.
Still, the referee has been strong.
The referee's been excellent up to now.
Larrazabal is across there. So too Javier Gonzalez. For Luis Fernandez. Pulling away to the far side is Javier Gonzalez. Chance came in for Alcorta's drive. That was easily dealt with. Urrutia. Now to White York. Collymore gave him too much to do, to be fair. Southgate had to stretch. Now Draper. Simon Grayson. Milosevic offside. Alcorta stepped up just at the right time. You've got to praise the defence, because they haven't exactly been helped out up front.
Been back to the wall second half, Jonathan, after such a promising first half when Draper was prompting all the half, but as the game's gone on, Draper's disappeared because he's run out of targets, and quite honestly all their heroes are defenders at the moment.
Milosevic wins the free kick. It was he who was offside moments ago. That's better forward play, making your upper body strong, shielding it away. Staunton looks for Collymore. Rios behind him. Right in front of those Villa fans there, left of your picture. No need really for that defensive mistake by Carlos Garcia. There was nothing on at all.
But it was a dangerous ball going in behind him, and what Stan does do, he does play good crosses from wide positions. He's always been very good at it.
It's Mark Draper with a corner kick. Oh, it's up the line! It was Grayson with a little flick and off the line. That's the closest Villa have come. Larrazabal cleared it off the line. And Villa's so close to that precious away goal. Now go on, Alan Wright. Away again. 68 minutes gone. Athletic Bilbao 0, Aston Villa 0. Bilbao going close when their substitute Larrazabal hit the post a few minutes ago, and then back come Aston Villa, and the header from the Draper corner from Grayson off the line, flying off the line by Larrazabal again, on as a substitute for the home side, who in the first half certainly didn't cause Villa too many problems.
Let's hope that raises spirits and gets Villa going forward again.
Thoughts of Joe Royle here, backing Aston Villa in Europe. Away by Fernando Nelson. There's Milosevic. Oh, he was just dragged down. That's what they want from their front runners. But in the last 5 minutes, Sabo has been giving it to them.
Yes, well, they're getting in behind them a little bit more now. Everything had been played to feet, and quite honestly, the centre-halves, the Atletico centre-halves, were having a picnic. They were just coming through and taking the ball. One or two balls played down the side for Stan and now Milosevic, and all of a sudden they're looking a little bit more dangerous.
Well, it's right on the pitch side, but in the commentary position, we've got mosquitoes up here the size of pterodactyls. Staunton's free kick. And that Dwight York.
A great free kick. Again, Dwight York's exceptional in the air for his size, and I've seen him glance them into the net.
York away and off target.
But a lot more promise in the last 5 minutes. One cleared off the line, a header at goal. Perhaps Villa starting to look the part again.
That's Mario Bermeja you've just seen warming up there in the Athletic Bilbao bench. He's a young forward. He hasn't started yet. He's played a couple of games this season as a substitute. He's 18. Some people thought he might start tonight here in Bilbao. Southgate looks for Milosevic, this time on the left. Rios with it. Collymore teaming up. Maybe Villa realise now they can win this game. Draper, good ball by Collymore. It was an attacking cross.
Well done again. The front men have got onto it, and all of a sudden Villa are looking promising now.
Have they paced it just right, the Villa, with 20 minutes to go? 19 minutes right now. Staunton will take their 5th corner of the night. Which means it'll swing in from that far side. They feared Bilbao, actually, for the quickly whipped free kicks and corner kicks. And just see little pellets being thrown at him over there, which is a bit distasteful. Oh, the goalkeeper had plenty of time. Echeverria.
Someone should be there. I think Dwight York's looking round and looking at someone from the Villa side and saying, why weren't you there? Because that's a great delivery, you know. The goalkeeper's made a meal of it really by punching. He could have just held it, but it was a good delivery. Good
stuff by Villa at the moment, though. They've drawn the sting of Athletic Bilbao in the second half. Here's Draper. Schumacher. Fernando Nelson. Milosevic takes up a good position. Now Alan Wright! Well, it would have come from an unlikely source. Alan Wright pinged it.
Again, Villa looking dangerous and getting back into the game in a big way now. Let's hope that they've weathered the storm.
Only 3 goals for Aston Villa in his 117 games. He scored one for Blackburn. Didn't score for his first club, Blackpool. He's always been a wholehearted player, Alan Wright. Good spell for the Villa. Javier Gonzalez. Bosnich. He's so secure at the back for Villa.
As a top keeper, there's no doubt about it.
York. Not been impeded by Urrutia. He's done well, Dwight York. In the end, that support though here. Javier Gonzalez. Right in time for a sleep. The challenge is snapping in there.
Yeah, but again, the referee right on top of the job, so nothing to penalise, and has just let the game flow. He really has had a good game.
Urrutia there in the picture. And Southgate. Milosevic, was he bumped? Draper to Stan Collymore. Milosevic, Draper's on for him. Oh, it wouldn't sit up for him. Grayson behind. Milosevic, great effort! Good save by the goalkeeper as well. It was dipping, and suddenly Villa and Savo Milosevic have come alive. And he was the first front man to respond. It's had a good 10 minutes, Big Savo.
It's all about the front men, Jonathan. All of a sudden they're holding the ball, bringing people into play. And the Villa back 3, and the midfield players are having time to get forward and support.
I wonder if there'll be someone in there at the near post now to attack this in-swinging, whipped Steve Staunton corner.
I think you can see Dwight York's going in front of the keeper now.
Collymores in there as well. Milosevic, and Schumacher and Grayson to attack the further ball, and Southgate. It's a corner kick to Villa again, off Alcorta. There's the M for his mother's name. Bumped and bruised Spanish international defender. Draper. What a perfect time this would be to put the icing on the cake of a solid Villa performance. Rios away. Schumacher there first. And Collymore. Oh, his touch eluded him.
He was right first time, he should have just hit it.
Now Javier Gonzalez, danger here, Echeverria, Villa badly stretched, Wright comes back at him, Echeverria!
Alan Wright did brilliantly then, great defending, the little fella came from nowhere and just got a touch to it.
He just got in with a touch, looped up on his right boot.
That was just the situation Brian Little's been talking about, Jonathan. A break of an attack on the edge of the opposition's box, and all of a sudden it's down their throats.
Headed down, deflected away by Southgate, and Wright catches it out again. Hasn't he been a solid little performer over the years, Chuck?
Yes, he is. He's a good, steady player. I think he's been on the fringe of the international squad once or twice, but he might be small in stature, but he's certainly a big player tonight for Villa.
Well, there's Mario Bermejo who's going to come on, and Javier Gonzalez is the man going off. Well, they'll be pleased to see him go away because we thought he was the form player, and on comes the 18-year-old.
Yes, strange one really. Has Atletico improved in the second half? He hasn't really, and he's been a little bit quiet after a promising first half.
Quite York to Steve Staunton. Liverpool have got a mountain to climb in the second leg from 3 down. Bilbao, by the way, said locally in the press here they didn't think this tie was going to be won and lost tonight in any way. They expected it to be settled at Villa Park in a fortnight. Southgate climbs, Draper, Milosevic coming deeper, giving it away, but foul.
Yes, they've started to get their body in, and that's the big difference. All of a sudden, Villa back in the game.
Roberto Rios, the guilty man, just bumping Milosevic. 14 minutes to go. There's Rios. Solid. Compromising defender. And a fine defender there, Steve Staunton, who's had a super night. Milosevic. Fizzing back at him. And still behind Savo Milosevic at Villa Park though this season. And Stan Collymore as well. Must be said, the supporters have given them their full backing.
And so has Brian Little, which is important really, because they haven't had the start that they wanted, and it would have been easier to turn on the front man. And whilst I would readily agree they've not been at their best tonight, there's certainly goals in those two. They're both proven goal scorers.
Carlos Garcia. Echeverria, 8 goals conceded in his 9 games this season. Staunton, on tumbling. Figanda, Rathabal, and Bosnich choosing to punch. Oof, was it a bit risky to uncork, or was it just very, very cool?
Permission to panic, if you don't mind.
Rios. Alquita has the Rathabal out there. He's looked sharp since coming on. I don't think he was fully fit, otherwise I think he'd have started. Figanda was goal side and offside.
Again.
Done so well, that centre-back trio, Gareth Southgate against Figanda with his proven goal-scoring record. It's his century of goals.
Yeah, you can see Southgate there just leaning on him. He knows he's in an offside position, making sure that he stays there. Clever play. Southgate has been outstanding. Got better and better as the game's got on.
Carlos Garcia pushes it away. Echeverria. Southgate again, magnificent. Not according to the German referee. Hartmut Stramper. At the moment, the athletic Bilbao fans in the Grada Sud away to my right-hand side. Moving quiet. Quite rightly. Naranjo with the free kick. Grayson with the boot. Alcorta with the volley. Staunton was magnificent, wasn't he? Hasn't he been all night? Here's Rios. Grayson. Rutia right up behind him. Stopping and snarling. Quarter. And Echeverria sees it coming all the while. Both defences have played well. Noel Quarters has been not quite as hard worked as the Villa back five. Staunton.
Yes, but strange for all that, Villa have had the best chances, Jonathan. You can look at Bosnich and say that, OK, he's been under a little pressure at times. He's not had a great save to make yet.
He did hit the woodwork. Bilbao, sharply driven effort. And here's Echeverria. Oh, that's a forward challenge, and it's a booking for Dwight York. It was simply, there was nothing malicious in it. I just think it was a poorly timed challenge from York. His first yellow in the UEFA Cup of 1997-98. Echeverria went down.
Yes, he was only inches away, but really a forwards challenge.
Looked far worse than it was. What will be the plight of Villa here? Larantha stands on the ball. Narrafabal to the right. Alquifa to the left. A lot of pumping and barging going on in there. Milosevic and York stuck tightly together. There's no chink in that wall. The drive over by Larantha. Strikes a mean ball, doesn't he?
He does. It was always rising though, Jonathan, but you can feel the frustration in the place now. Let's hope that that's their last gasp effort.
They've got to be disappointed with their forwards, actually. I mean, Figanda's hardly had any chances inside the penalty area, and their best efforts have come from the wing-backs, Larantha or Larrazabal. Staunton to Alan Wright, who has to stretch. Milosevic. Rios is travelled everywhere he's gone. Minutes to go. Southgate rising with Figanda.
Villa have looked back to their defensive best from last season when they looked an exceptionally well-balanced side, and particularly their three centre-backs who gave very, very little away. They look good again tonight.
Bilbao have drawn far too many games for the home fans' comfort. 5 in 7 league games already. Fernando Nelson. Villa's season has been patchy. By Blackburn, good away win at Barnsley. Seems a long time ago now. There's Echeverria. Joseba Echeverria, and Alan Wright gets in well for the Villa. Staunton. Rios and Collymore. And Collymore showing good persistence on that occasion.
He's a little bit unfortunate there. 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. At least that's the right spirit, Stan. Chasing them down there, it's not a problem when it's in the corner.
Again, the aerial route. Again, Southgate stands firm and right. Grayson just a flick away. Collymore seemed to just dig into Rios. Play on. Grayson. Touched it last. And a throw. He's a brave assistant referee down there. Thanks, Gail Fulbrun. And away from home in the first leg of European competition in 81-82, the Villa in Dinamo Berlin in the Champions Cup, and again the year later in Bucharest. Never in this competition have they won a first leg away.
I'm not sure there. I think Milosevic is a little bit unlucky. I thought he was level.
He's a good player, Luis Fernandez, in his time. And middling record as a manager here. 22 wins, 22 draws in his 56 games. Mathabal. And right. Good header, lots of yardage on it. Well, the balletic duet has gone against the Villa. The can kicking duo gives cause for concern for this man. Yeah. Oh dear.
You can see Brian's anxiety now. You know that they've done so well for so long, and then you worry when things like this happen in the last minutes of a game.
Larrazabal away by Collymore.
Great defensive header, Stan.
Southgate. All right, we'll just let that go out of play.
He's had a terrific second half.
Alan Wright, 26 years of age, Aston underline. And Bosnich and his defence have frustrated this now. 60 caps he won for France, won the European Championship with them in '84. Great team, wasn't it?
Tigana's Jures and company.
Oh, magnificent. Urrutia, the captain.
That's what you like to see.
What have you thought of Bilbao, Joe?
I've been a bit disappointed in them, in so much as when you look at the pedigree of having beaten Sampdoria twice, I think they've been a little bit disappointing. Having said that, you know, you must pay credit to Villa, who've defended very, very well. And the game's not over by any means, the tie's not over, there's still a lot to do in it, but Villa will be confident in the second half. They should actually be taking an away goal home with them.
Certainly the home fans have had to endure their frustration. They paid up to 40 quid for tickets for this one. A free kick against Dwight York. York and Urrutia.
Yeah, a little bit of nonsense. To Villa's benefit, still a few seconds burned away.
And let's start again. In no hurry. Not anymore. It's a little bit slow to react. I really hope for Stan's sake he starts getting the goals soon. Did well there. Rios away. Not away. Milosevic with the goalkeeper. I'm not too sure whether he jumped into him. We've got more today, one of these days.
Quite seriously, on the continent, that's always a foul.
Tiganda. Well in, Alan Wright. Super second half. Go on, Stan. Nice split by Stan Collymore. Right, has York in there. Milosevic is offside. York saw it, had to check back. Echeverria. Right, leaves it for Urrutia and Carlos Garcia. Couple of minutes to go. Just like Bordeaux away. Good performance by Villa in a tricky tie. Larrazabal. Echeverria. It's Southgate. And corner kick goes to Athletic Bilbao. An injury to Larrazabal.
Let's hope there's not a sting in the tail here, Jonathan, because Villa look to have seen this game off, and the last thing they need.
Schumacher's intervention was crucial. As you says, he's a very fit young man. He's proved it. Echeverria with the corner. Staunton. How many times has Stan Staunton been there to get it away? It's Lorenzo's cross. Good goalkeeping.
And that's just what you want in the last minute when you're under pressure a little bit. A goalkeeper coming all the way out. That's brilliant. Great keeping.
Well, they know all about good goalkeepers here. Zubizarreta started at this club. So too did Jose Iribar, who is now goalkeeping coach here. He was in the side, the Bilbao side that played the Villa in 77-78 in round 3. And John Dean scored at Villa Park. It was an own goal. Dennis Mortimer got that Michael goal here away. Here's Milosevic. Draper's made the run into the box. Here's Mario. An 18-year-old who's hardly seen the ball since he's come on. It's been a lot of him, really.
Villa just seeing time out now, looking very comfortable. I'm sure Brian Little would have preferred Milosevic to keep the ball in the corner rather than cross it aimlessly. Nevertheless, he's tried to be progressive.
Made by Shimeka with the defensive clearance. Deserves a word of praise as well. Ricardo Shimeka and this man, Fernando Nelson, have all played their parts in their own half of the field. Into time added on. Stan Collymore, Southgate. Milosevic was coming back from an offside position. Play on. Echeverria, who's worked hard, it must be said. He's dropped to the ground once or twice too early. Free kick against Savo Milosevic.
Last moments of danger. Rios going forward now, the big defender.
Certainly they don't deserve to concede at this late stage, Aston Villa.
He's marking Alan Wright. God, that's a mismatch.
Villa have seen the danger now. Southgate's come across on him and did well, just jumping with the big centre-half. That should be Mark Bosnich's, and that should be the draw for Aston Villa now. He'll be so delighted. Frustration on that Athletic Bilbao bench. Come on, let's make it even better, Villa. No.
Well, they've defended magnificently. You have to say, Jonathan, you know that Bosnich has been very, very commanding, but hasn't had too many shots to save. But overall, they've deserved their draw. I'm just a little bit disappointed they haven't done more going forward, because I think the game was there to be won.
There's Mario. We'll go Mark Draper. Half ahead onto it. Somebody now look to get the cross in. Oh, well blocked by Dwight York. He's worked effectively in that midfield. He's done what he's there for. Alkeitha. Only 2 minutes of stoppage time play. Wasted ball. Draper hobbles. Mario. Good ball in. Oh, and he went through the wall. Tired approach. Tired Figanda inside the penalty area.
Probably their best chance of them all in the last minute, though.
Just went through them all.
For the first time in the game, Southgate missed something. You have to say that's it now.
Well done, the Villa. Come on, referee. That's it. Well, he heard me. 2.5 minutes of stoppage time played. Not many teams have come here over the years and got a good result. They've never lost a UEFA Cup tie on this ground, Athletic Bilbao. They hold on to that record. But Aston Villa have come here and got a very, very good 0-0 draw.
Yeah, very pleased for Brian Little. He's picked a very adventurous side, and first half it looked like it was going to be a winning side. But in the end, it's a great draw. As you say, it's a very hostile stadium to come, and any draw away from home is great. Word of praise for the referee, who was outstanding, never buckled, and the bravest linesman I have ever seen.
Alan Wright blowing hard. Exceptional, Joe, he was.
He got better and better, and probably ended up being Villa's best player. Drape had an outstanding first half. The back three were excellent throughout, but for me, Alan Wright came good second half and won the man of the match award for Villa.
Well, I'm not too sure whether the referee needs that sort of protection. It's not that sort of night here at all. And Brian Little will be very reassured about this performance for Aston Villa.
He can be very proud as well, because there's been a little bit of pressure on him recently. I mean, we're seeing too much of that word pressure about managers at the moment in England. But certainly everyone's asking about why Villa haven't had the start that they wanted, and you know, things like this. This was their season rested on this game. But Brian Little's kept his dignity, and he's picked a good side tonight, and it's a great draw.
It wouldn't be great to think of them going through in the second leg with Stan the man scoring the goal. And some little bit of pressure on him at the moment. He didn't find the net, neither did Athletic Bilbao, and that's a good result for Aston Villa, who go back to the Midlands in a fortnight's time after a 0-0 draw here.